But I did have a boss fire me, and I was like, I did not agree with being fired. Now, I didn't like the job, and I was bad at it. But who was he to fire me? So I just kept going to work for like a week, 2 weeks, something like that. I needed the money. How are they just gonna fire me? Like, just because I did a bad job? Oh, I was a cleaner, y'all. Me and housework, now listen, I like housework when I'm in the mood and on my own terms. But I took this job where, you know how like the common spaces in apartment buildings, we were supposed to go clean the common spaces. It was too many stairs. I would just go in there and spray some air freshener and then go on to the next building. You know what I mean? I was like, these people can live with dust. If they don't like it dusty, maybe they should dust. They live here. I don't. I was not good at that job. And so the boss, I felt like if he didn't have the balls to fire me properly, like sit me down and say, Kathy, you're doing a terrible job. Your attitude is atrocious. You're now fired. If he didn't have the balls to do that, then I was not really fired. So one day I get a paycheck and it said final paycheck. For who? I cashed the paycheck and kept it moving. And I went on Monday. I used to work with this lady, Debbie. I probably told y'all this story. I worked with this lady, Debbie. We cleaned as partners. Debbie was a bad cleaner too, but her husband was her boyfriend was the part owner of the company. So it's not like they could fire her. So they put me and Debbie in a truck together and we would drive around, right? So they told me whatever Debbie's schedule is your schedule. So, I go to work. My name is not on the schedule. Well, I know I just followed Debbie. So I was like, oh, Debbie is in truck 3 today. Okay. So I just went and sat in truck 3 and waited for Debbie. And Debbie saw me. She was like, oh. I was like, oh, hey, girl. Good morning. I brought you a coffee. She's like, okay. And we rolled out to the next building that we could clean poorly. The first floors look fine. Oh, up them stairs? Nah, that was not my gift. Yeah, I wasn't about that life. So we went around and not cleaned. Oh, we went to see her mother in the mausoleum. We saw some lovely sights around Illinois. And then we came back. It was the highest paid job I had ever had. So I continued to collect a paycheck for another week because I was like, I was in college. I was like, it's only a week until I go back to school, or 2 weeks, something like that. It was a short period of time until I went back to college. I figured I would just work there till I went back to college and they would keep paying me. And so ultimately, at the end of the next week, I went and my paycheck was not in my little mail slot. I was going to the office meetings. I raised my hand. Yeah, I have a question. We need to restock on the Fabuloso, whatever. Like I was asking, I was like the world's best employee. I was like, I only got 2 weeks. I just got to stretch this out. This was after they wrote final paycheck on my last check. Y'all ain't say nothing to me. Maybe I'm illiterate. You don't know, although I did read